Joe, hey, thanks for your time today, man. It's really what an honor to have somebody of your stature to support this film. We met at the Clint Eastwood dinner, and I was really blown away by the speech that you gave because you got up there and talked about, I'm just an actor. What these guys are doing is the real deal. I remember, and that really resonated with me. What is your passion for American veterans, and how did you get involved in this movement?
Well, it is just that. I mean, I have a lot of my family were in the military. I mean, I was in a large way raised by five of my uncles actually, four of my mother's brothers and my dad's brother, only because my father spent the entire World War II in the hospital with tuberculosis. So here I had five uncles, all of them were in World War II. And so later in life, my dad was in ill health then for most of his life and died fairly young. So here were these five men who were just so important in my life, and all five of them had been in this incredible conflict and never really talked about it much, never really came out. And it wasn't until years later when I became an actor, my dear friend Charles Durning got me involved with the National Memorial Day concert, which counting this year will be my 15th year involved with that I started to realize, just how lucky I was to kind of grow up in an environment with men and of course women as well, some who've made the ultimate sacrifice to allow me to be the actor that I am and to live the life I am and and have all the fortunate things I've had in my life and my family's life to be born and raised and grow up in this country. So it's a little bit of a payback in a way. Being in the military turned out not to be my path, but I feel the least I can do is give those who have done that my 100% support.
Well, you're the real deal. I mean, it's really easy to spot. You work with Clint Eastwood, you work with Gary Sinise, who we all know is kind of the Bob Hope of the 21st century. What are some of the, I know you're an ambassador for Gary. Tell us some of the causes that you support.
Well, I mean, that certainly is my hot button. I mean, anything to do with our military. I mean, I am an ambassador for Gary Sinise Foundation, which of course does so much for our veterans. I was the spokesman for the disabled veterans through the Department of Defense a few years back. Again, being attached with the National Memorial Day concert for the last 15 years is something that I think it's very important that, especially on Memorial Day, to call attention to the nation, to let people know, because in my mind, Memorial Day is not just an important holiday, it's the most important holiday we have, which a lot of people would never stop and say, gee, Memorial Day is our most important holiday. And my argument to that is, without Memorial Day, we have no other holidays. We have no reason to have a Christmas or an Easter or a President's Day or any other day, because without the sacrifices that our military have made since 1776 and beyond, we are not the United States of America. We are whatever else we would have been, which God knows, God forbid, what would have been. And that continues. And so all these kinds of causes, anything that, that's going to promote the service of our military, I'm behind. Documentaries are a very powerful tool. I mean, they have been from the beginning of documentaries, And so when I see something like this, where you're dealing with subject matter that calls attention, as I said, to this topic, it is something that I take very seriously, and I'm happy to support. Thank you.
I'm going to let you get back to your acting career, but I got a gift for you. This is, you may remember the Battle of Tarawa.
Sure.
We did a movie called Return to Tarawa. Ed Harrisner, I'm sure you know Ed. Ed narrated this for us. And this is an actual American bullet from that battle of 1943. I want to give this to you.
Thank you very much. This is this will go into a place of honor among my memorabilia. Thank you very much.
And there's one thing I have to do as a fan.
Yeah.
Can I do it? Are you ready?
I hope so.
You ready? Zaza!
Oh, yeah. That's a whole other side of my life. Yeah.
Anyway, I want to thank the great Joe Mantegna.
That's right.
He's a real patriot. When you get a chance, go to vanillafire.com. I'm filmmaker Stephen C. Barber, along with Matthew Housley, the great producer Tamara Henry. Very excited. Want to see everybody out at the Simon Wiesenthal Center on November 13th, and that happens to be Joe's birthday.
It happens to be.
So, Joe, I'm going to invite you there. Hopefully you can make it. No pressure.
Just bring the cake.
Yeah, okay. We would love to do that.
Yeah.
But then that just shows you the power of documentary. We had no idea that this was your birthday.
Yeah,
so that just turned out really serendipitously. So once again, from Vanilla Fire Productions, I want to thank everybody for watching. Joe, you're the man.
Thanks, Stephen.
Appreciate it, sir.
My pleasure.
All right.